What's going on, everybody? Yes, it's a bad hair day. No, I don't care what you think. Beast Martin, that's for you. That's what I think of you two. You can both
my goodness.
Yeah, you can both shut up right now. I'm going to mute you now. Watch. Say goodbye to Beast Mode and Ballistic Ball tonight. No one else to hear from them for the rest of the evening. Mute. Dicks. Perrier.
Swamp Thing.
So what's going on, guys?
Who's done your hair? Jim Henson?
Jim Henson. Edward Scissorhands, I reckon. Even I let him have a go at the moment too. Shut up. So what's going on, everybody? We are here tonight for Boom Talk. We're going to be talking about the decision that Supercell has made in the last couple of days, where they have effectively just goatsy banned everybody in Russia and Belarus and sort of surrounding area. They just slapped the ban hammer across the entire country of Russia and just said, nope, we don't want to play with you guys anymore. Get out. Which is pretty controversial, chat. It's pretty controversial. We want to know what you guys think. We're going to let you know what we think. I did tag Scully in the title and stuff, but somebody made a bit of a boo-boo. That would be me. I asked him if he was up for it. He said yes, of course. But I forgot to tell him when I was planning on doing it. And he's at work. So no Scully tonight. He's, like I said, he's at work. But he sends his love to everybody and he apologizes for can't be here. But like I said, it's totally my fault. I should have said to him that I'm planning on doing it tonight and not Sunday when he thought we were. So there's that. But we've got Beast and Martin on call. But they're muted.
What's happening, everyone?
What's up, guys?
They should be muted.
See you?
We should mute, yeah, really.
Are we actually muted?
Yeah, I'm going to mute you if you carry on. Crack on, go on.
Well, Swampy, calm down.
Swamp Thing. Who's in the chat? Lola coming in first. 10 minutes later, like.
In the chat, we've got Ryan J, we've got Flint. What's happening with Flint? We've got Donny DK, Andrew Down, Too Faded. We've got Red Dog Booms. Only Me. We've got Mike Wells. What else we got? D-Man, Vicky Coleman, Axe Derby. What's up, Axe? Corporal Gigi. Spidey Spid. Spiddy Spid.
Spidey Spid.
Mike Wells. What else we got? We've got Andrew. Happy birthday, Andrew. We've got Passy, Junie. Loads. Drewby. We've got
Lost Star Night.
Mr. Angry himself. Lolo's a loser. What's happening, Lolo?
Rude.
JJJ, YYZ.
Something KG. I see KG in chat.
KG's in the
KG
house.
stickers out.
KG.
Going on, bird.
Yeah, well, loads. Kuya. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to the stream.
So yeah, like I said, guys, like I said a minute ago, we are going to be talking about Supercell's decision to outright ban everybody from Russia. Which is a little harsh. I think you'll all agree. It's a little harsh, even if their motives are commendable. I think they've gone about it the wrong way, but we'll see. So if you guys are
a full breakdown on what they've actually banned. Are they banned the games there, or are they banned just the support?
1 second. Let me just grab the tweet. Supercell.
Oh, that this was hastily thrown together, can't you?
Yeah.
No screenshots ready.
I know.
Yeah. No mask for Aaron.
There's a
Or
mess.
hairnet.
Or hairnet, yeah.
Or hairnet.
Wait, even a hat would have
Put on canned.
done.
Fuck off.
Oh,
We're live.
yeah, exactly. So the tweet says, in response to the ongoing war in Ukraine, Supercell has removed its games from app stores in Russia and Belarus. New downloads are halted, and access for existing players will be suspended with the next client updates. We stand with all people calling for peace. To play a small part in addressing the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, we are donating 1 million euros to UNHCR. And I'm matching donations of up to 1 million euros here. And the link for that is pinned in the chat right now, guys. So if you do want to make a dono to what's going on over there and sort of help with the humanitarian side of things, what's going on. The link in the chat right now will double up your dono. So Supercell will match anything you want to send. So do it through that link. And yeah, they get a bit of extra, like they get a bit double bubble on it, like. So the tweet says, Supercell has removed all its games from the App Store. So obviously from now, as far as I know, you can't get any Supercell games from any App Store in Russia or Belarus. New downloads are halted. Like I said, you can't get any. And access for existing players will be suspended with the next client updates. So what that means is if you're in Russia, you can still access the games as of right now. But the next time that they go into maintenance or anything like that, or if they roll out an optional update or a forced update, that will be the point where your account will be disconnected from the servers and you won't be able to play. Which is harsh, isn't it? Let's have it right. I feel for the Russian people, even if Supercell's motives are good.
I think the motives are really good, and I fully stand by what they're doing. I think for me, I said this to you guys earlier in the chat. What we've got to look at is the fact that your average Joe in Russia isn't the one starting this war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
And a lot of these people are going to be affected as well by it. So I'm not sticking up for Russia by any means, because what's happening is completely wrong and inhumane. But I just think persecuting absolutely everything that the general public does over there is it's
a difficult
bit harsh.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, it is a difficult one.
I mean, I read something on I don't know. I was reading a thing between creators, and it's about somebody said something about.
Can we just highlight this Prince? Sorry, just highlight this comment by Tattered Prince. Quickly.
Yeah, I've got that hold on my screen at the moment. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Russian people can't enjoy.
If Russian people.
Go on, I'll let you do it.
No, you go. You go. That's fine.
If Russian people can't enjoy normal conveniences like overpriced everything, they might decide to act against the war. If enough people protest, rebel, etc., then maybe the war can be halted internally. This is like the crux of why so many people are taking things away from the Russian people themselves. Is because it's about making them just look up and just take note of what's actually going on. Because there's a lot of propaganda out there. Like, I don't want to get too political with like propaganda wars and all that kind of stuff. But there is a lot of propaganda out there, and if a few people just look up and say, do you know what, this isn't right, and Putin, you're an asshole, then maybe more will be done as time goes on, more protests and stuff, which is exactly right. That is exactly why it is. That's why it is happening. You're right. Bang on.
Yeah, I think it's a touchy subject. I can see the comment by Andrew there. And the lives of the people in Ukraine are at a screeching halt, and here we are living our lives debating if people should be able to boom or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it is one of those subjects, isn't it, where
first world problems, like.
Yeah, definitely first world problems.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, a lot of people are getting bent out of shape about why is Supercell why is a gaming company, a developer, getting involved in politics and nonsense about the war when they didn't ban people in Iraq or Afghanistan or people in America when they were bombing Afghanistan and things like that. So what's the difference between those wars and this one? And for me, the only thing I can see that's like, the big difference, or there's two things for me. One, Ukraine didn't have it come in. They're innocent. They didn't start this, which is one thing. And two, it's in Europe, whereas Afghanistan and that isn't. So it's right on the doorstep for, Supercell, which is a European company, first and foremost. They're based in Helsinki in Finland. Who, interestingly enough, has been in the firing line of Putin and his words recently. So
if you look at the history between Finland and Russia, it's somewhat scarred anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think all that plays a part in it. I think that's why, you know, you can't exactly say, right, every time there's a war, we're going to ban country A because we don't agree with what they're doing or whatever. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, because it's a European thing and it's literally right on the doorstep for Finland, I think that's why Supercell have felt the need to, you know, take action and help sanction Russia. Because ultimately, you know, people are rightly upset that they're going to lose their Boom accounts or their Clash accounts and things like that, which is fine. But the whole point of this is that Russia will lose their taxes, and the companies that are in Russia and the app stores and stuff won't get to make their money off of it, which ultimately stops so much money going to Putin's war machine. So, you know, there is that. You know, you're the sacrifice these players, the ones who are going to lose out. They're losing their accounts, but they're losing their accounts so that Putin doesn't have, you know, access to as much money to bomb people with, you know?
Well, that's the first thing people do, isn't it? Whenever there's a war, the first thing you go for is the pockets, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Before you go for the people, you go for the pockets. It's kind of part and parcel of it.
Red Dog's got an interesting comment. And guilty by association is the price they pay for having no political democracy, or rotation of leadership, or a process to remove bad leadership when behaving wrongly. It's a fair point. I think there needs to be. I mean, I don't want to make this too much about politics and stuff. This needs to be, you know, about Supercell and their decision. Didn't Finland recently petition NATO for membership? Yeah, I think so.
Only me, all a bit serious of me. Andy might go and watch some Corrie.
I just see LD there as well saying, I was just feeling the fuel price at 207 per litre now for unleaded. The stopped all oil coming from there. That's 7% of the world's oil supplies are all going to feel the effect. Believe me, I know that.
Yeah,
we're at one
Martin got goatsy earlier at the pump, didn't you, Martin?
Yeah,
bent over and you had to take one earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, let's not go there, eh?
I think we're at £1.79, which I'm not sure how much that is in Oz dollars, but it's a lot more than you'll pay in there.
Yep. Boom talk and politics equals disaster. China are watching
all this unfold.
They invite Taiwan. We all got a chance at global #1. Silver lining.
So yeah, if you're talking that in Oz dollars, LD, it's $3.36 a litre.
It's too much, is what it is. It's too much.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Rules for the but not for me, of course.
In talking politics equals disaster. I don't think it is so much politics. I think it's more a thing of, you know, how do people feel about what Supercell have just done and how they've just come out with this.
I mean, where do you guys in chat land on this? Do you think Supercell have gone about this the right way? Do you think they could have done this in a different way? Do you think they could have targeted, you know, do you think they could have made a stand in a different way rather than just banning thousands of players outright? Because that's effectively what I've done. We know there's a workaround. We know there's a workaround. Some of these players are still going to be able to play, but they're not supposed to. You know, people can't just go. You know, people in Russia can't just go to the App Store and download Boom Beach, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, any Supercell game. So, do you think this is going to hurt Supercell? Do you think this is going to, you know?
It might hurt Supercell's pocket a little bit. I think it'll hurt Supercell's pocket a little bit. But I don't think they're too worried about that, in all honesty.
They can't be, can they? Let's have it right.
No.
Freeze accounts for now would be a better option. I think that's basically what they've done. I don't think it's an outright ban. It's just suspended. Let me just check the tweet, mate, because the actual wording, it says access for existing players will be suspended with the next update. So they're not banned as such, but they are suspended. They won't be able to play. Well, they can if you know, there are workarounds for it. But banning a whole country, yeah. Thumbs up, yeah. Think about it this way. Imagine if Supercell took your account away and you didn't do anything. Just guilty by association. That sucks for them. Yeah, you're 100% right there, Lolo. Bang on. Spot on. That's what I mean. To be a Russian player right now must absolutely suck. You know?
Yeah.
And
from what I read, a large proportion of Russia are against
just to niche that down just a touch more, the Russian creators, those guys have been done over. Especially the ones who are in the program, yeah? Like, specifically the ones in the program. They've, you know, probably taken the biggest hit out of all the players in Russia. Those guys are the ones who are taking the biggest hit on this. You know, because this doesn't, especially if they're full-time, because that's their everyday money. That's their job, creating content. And now, all of a sudden, it's like a case of, no, you can't play our games no more. So, that's that. So, those guys now are going to have, you know, their incomes affected from it as well. You know, it's not just a case of they can't play Boom Beach or they can't play Clash of Clans for, you know, a few months while Russia get their shit together. It's, you know, actually affecting their livelihoods now as well for those guys. I don't think there's many of them, but we are going to look into it and we're going to talk about it on another stream, because there is. Like
we did used to have a Russian creator come into the chat quite often, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what his name was. I'm pretty sure we did a.
Curtis.
Didn't we do a Russian versus English?
I don't know.
I think we did.
I don't know.
Right back at the beginning.
Did we?
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, now you say that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like a TF versus TF.
Yeah.
Churchy in the chat. It was bad enough being a Russian before all this. It's freezing over there. Now they called him no BB. That's not on.
I like Corporal GG's comment. Supercell should have placed sanctions on Russian players' troop health and troop damage.
It really hit him where it hurts.
So they just give up the game in frustration.
Yeah.
Switch all their statues for greens.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah, so Christian in the chat saying, even if the decision is fair, it's unfair to act in some wars and not in others. It's subjective and it's a dictatorship mindset. You either are like us or you get punished. I kind of touched on this a minute ago that, you know, the reason why they're getting involved in this one particularly over, say, the war in Afghanistan and stuff is because, one, it's right on their doorstep, you know. Finland is literally just over the road from Ukraine. It's one of their neighbors, isn't it? And two is Ukraine didn't start this. They're, you know, the victims. They're trying to help. It's a humanitarian effort rather than a political one. It's not about Putin. It's not about the other guy, who I'm not even going to try and say his name. What? Zelensky. So I'm being told. It's not about them. It's not about politics. It's about helping the people of Ukraine. It's a humanitarian effort rather than a political statement. So yeah, that's why they're getting involved in this one rather than like the war in Afghanistan and stuff.
Battered Prince has made a couple of comments previously in chat. I think many people are overlooking the fact that it's not just Supercell who are doing this, it's the bigger picture. Yep. He's then gone on to say about some of the other companies. It's not only Supercell doing this to Russia, many banking companies, internet service providers, even McDonald's are leaving Russia to limit the flow of money. You know, it is a global response from every aspect, you know, every aspect of every aspect of business and commerce. I mean, for those in the,
it is a developing story. Like just quickly before we went online, before we come live, I seen a post about Twitch is demonetizing all Russian creators as well. So it's not just Supercell. It is, like you say, a global response to what's going on. But it's all about a humanitarian response at the moment rather than a political one. Is what I think people need to remember. It's not about Putin's like propaganda. It's not about his aims and goals and stuff. It's literally about the people of Ukraine who are like the ones being affected by his actions. To make their situation better, Putin's got to be hit in the pocket. So what's going on there, Flint? Where do you land on all this? What's your thoughts on the issue, buddy? Let Supercell join NATO so they can decide political matters, or just leave it to a game for everybody to enjoy. Yeah.
Flint's just happy that I'm not playing Warships this season. That's why he's doing so well.
Cool story. Find the tweet.
I'm waiting for his to come back now.
He's got to scrape it off his mum's teeth.
I mean, on Supercell's tweet, a lot of the responses are explain to me, how does this help? Why do you punish children? And to be fair, children shouldn't be playing Supercell games anyway. You got to be 13, I think it is, to play Supercell games. Is that right?
Some might say that a 14-year-old is still a child.
Yeah, but come on, they're not children, are they? What's going on, Red Dog? Kevin Anderson. Got Lost Hour Night out there as well. Yeah, I just dropped in. Kevin Anderson, what's going on? Only me as well, is it? Cool. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is the first time I've seen Supercell post on, or tweet on Twitter and post on Facebook and get such the response that they have. I mean, obviously it's pretty one-sided from the players, and even from everyday players from other countries and stuff. They're all pretty shocked and outraged by Supercell's decision on this one, and they're like demanding refunds and all sorts. Like, do you think these players should get a refund for the money they've spent? And to this point, do you know, if they've put a couple of thousand, rupees or whatever it is into the game over the last couple of years, do you think they should get a percentage back, or what?
I'm not sure on that, in all honesty.
No,
I'm really not sure.
My answer to that one is, if co-op went bust tomorrow, would you want a refund for what's in your fridge?
Well, obviously not. No.
I don't know.
You wouldn't, would you? Let's face it.
No, that's what I mean. I don't see how there's a massive difference there. But my thoughts, it's a shame our players might be affected, but I believe Supercell is following suit with other global trends. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like I said, there is a workaround. There is ways, like the guys can still connect. So
I think the only problem with that,
then you'll scare all the Russians home, says Hank. They are mine.
Problem solved.
Yeah, it's a factual statement right there, Hank. It's a factual statement right there.
I'll take the day off work tomorrow and go and solve it single-handedly.
If you would, then we wouldn't have to talk about this rubbish. Money back, send them a Supercell t-shirt. What do you guys reckon in chat? Do you think the guys who have spent money, do you think they should get a refund? Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's a good way of compensating these guys? Or if in 6 months' time the game is allowed to go back and they go back to the app stores and they reconnect the guys who want to play again and want to engage with Supercell, as a player base, do you think those guys?
Presumably, if the account's suspended, will the timer on their instant training still keep ticking? I don't know.
I don't know. If you were as a player in Russia right now, you got suspended and couldn't play. If in 6 months' time they come back and say, right, here's the game, you guys can come back now. 1, would you go back and play? And 2, would you want some form of compensation for having to take 6 months off forced because of?
But they're not going to go and give you free instant training, are they?
Well, no, I know that, but do you mean like a few diamonds or something, or I don't know, something, anything?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She thinks if everything is paused, their stuff should also be paused too.
Like when we go to a maintenance break.
Yeah. Well, there are no subscriptions in game now, are they? It's all a month. It's a
one-off buys in it.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah, if say they got 30, if they got say 25 days left on it, and they get suspended tomorrow, when they come back online in 6 months' time, they should still have 25 days. Yeah, I know what you mean. Mr. Aaron, can you please respond to my next question? Sure, go for it.
Why is your hair such a mess?
Told you, mine. Leave it alone, or I'll mute you. I swear to God, they'll do it. No refunds. The games will come back. Yeah, they will come back. Hopefully, anyway. I can't see Supercell wanting to take such a large hit in the pocket for too long.
Eggmeister's got a good point.
Depends on how long this is drawn out and how bad it becomes.
Our internet just dipped in and out then for a second, so if we go offline, that's why. Send blow-up pictures of this season's tech tree to the Russians. They take one look and say, they'd want to take a couple of weeks off to get away from this season, right? Do Russian credit cards still work? Visa and MC suspended on all operations in Russia. No way to buy or get a refund. That's true, actually, because they've been taken off the SWIFT banking system, haven't they? So they wouldn't be able to make any purchases anyway.
Eggmeister's got a good point. Sure how much a refund would change anything. The rubles that they paid with 2 weeks ago aren't worth much now anyway.
This is true.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Yeah, Flint's got a point. You know, if internet service providers are cutting internet service, then they're not going to be able to play anyway.
No, that's true. KG says not Visa or MC, but they are all going online with Chinese banks. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, right, MasterCard. I thought he meant McDonald's. I was going to say, how's that relevant? How's that?
Well, McDonald's are pulling out as well. They can't even get a Mackie D's either now. I mean, they've got no boom, no internet, no money, and no McDonald's.
Andy, how would you cope in that situation?
She just said, she just said I couldn't cope with no McDonald's. We'd have to move the country. Again. She'd want to become a European a bit quick. She'd soon be in the line for oh, fuck's sake. Sorry, lads, the internet's gone.
Language. Let's see if it comes back on.
Apparently, it's back.
There we go. You're moving again. Yeah.
Our internet, guys, is having a moment. So if it starts buffering, just chill a sec. We'll be right back.
I can vouch for this.
You were here the other day. We did a speed test, didn't we? You seen it?
Yeah, it's awful. Absolute dog.
It is absolute dog water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had a couple of things come up here. So Hawken has said the real question is if China invades Taiwan in the same way as Russia has, will they then follow through and suspend all Chinese accounts?
I
would hope so.
I would hope so, but it's a difficult one because Supercell's owned by, or partly owned by, a Chinese company called Tencent. So I would guess they're not going to ban or suspend their home country's accounts. I would say they would be in support of China. I don't know. I wouldn't want to put words in their mouth or speak for them, but
that's a whole nother boom talk there.
That's a whole nother. Let's hope that doesn't come to that. But yeah. People who play games are forced to either agree or disagree, and that is
political.
That is political. Games are made for playing, and that's that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know. It's it looks political, but it's not. It's a humanitarian response rather than a political one. I mean, I said this a minute ago.
This is what Christian had said in his comment just before that as well. He said, in the end, it's political, not humanitarian. Belarus, for example, is on Russia's side, so Belarus games won't be banned in Russia. Would it be fair if Belarus banned Finnish people?
Well, Belarus players are being suspended as well. You know? It's not just Russia. It's Russia and Belarus accounts are being suspended. I put Russia in the title because people know Russia, you know? It has been from the start, but nobody wanted to say anything.
What about the internet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my internet is absolute trash. Like actual trash. No, I think actually that's not fair. Trash would be an improvement. What's going on as is? Welcome to the stream. So yeah,
I think the big
go on.
I think the big thing is that Supercell are almost kind of just following along with a lot. You know, in the bigger scheme of things, they are a relatively small outfit compared with some of the international global corporations that have been taking action. They're kind of on that same bandwagon, doing their same little bit. and it seems, you know, it's that global response, isn't it? It's what the world is doing, rightly or wrongly, for whatever reason. There's lots of people who aren't. I mean, I'm a big football fan, and the Premier League here in the UK have banned all the rights to show Premier League games in Russia. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of football fans in Russia who are completely devoid of anything to do with this conflict, who are being penalised because they can't now watch Premier League football.
Yeah, this is it. It's not just Supercell. I think over the next coming couple of weeks, we're going to see many games do the exact same. Because, like I said, Supercell is part of Tencent, and Tencent own a menagerie of the AAA title games, games like Fortnite, and there's loads of games they run, and I can see those guys following suit and pulling too. PlayStation.
Maybe this is
PlayStation
just
have already done
Maybe
it.
this is.
PlayStation have already done it. They've pulled the PlayStation Store from there as well. You know, all that kind of thing. So yeah.
Maybe this is Tencent just testing the water.
Maybe, potentially, yeah, maybe. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Fortnite and, you know, a few of the other big titles coming away. I know two people who'd be affected in Warship. One is Ruya and Sebastian. Yeah, I was talking to Scully earlier, and we could only think of like a few names that we knew were Russian players. There's probably a couple big ones that you guys know. So, is it Banafe or something that looks like banana with a 4 in it? Banane. Yeah, Banane.
Yeah, he's a great player as well.
Yeah, he's a good, brilliant player. Yeah. And let's see, what's the other names? Cashapp is a Russian creator. I've lost it now.
Andrew just said, if your friends are affected, tell them to get loud and start asking questions.
Yeah, 100%. The louder you are about it, the better. Well, why aren't you guys telling them how to get around it like you did for Frontlines? They just need to change the VPN, or do we not want to stir the pot? I've said literally from the start of the stream, I said there is a workaround that's being used and being promoted about. But like you say, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's VPN stuff. Yeah. So if your friends are affected, definitely get online, tweet about it. Tag Facebook and tag Supercell and stuff on Facebook, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, Supercell is getting a massive response to this. Normally their posts on Facebook, like an everyday Supercell post on Facebook. Let's have a look. So there's one on the 3rd of March. Sorry, on the 2nd of March, it's got 26 comments. The one about Russia has got 560. Absolutely ratioed left and right. That's on Facebook. On Twitter, the tweet before this one got 14 retweets and 275 likes, and this one, the Russian one, has got 1,846 retweets and 7,411 likes. And 1,730 comments, which is just, like I said, absolutely ratio. It's the biggest response they've had on their social media posts for way over a year. Easily over a year. My main man about Boom Beach, what do you think about VP? What do you mean VP? Do you mean VPN or I don't know. So yeah, I mean,
well, that could be victory points or Vladimir Putin, really, couldn't it?
Yeah, cool, true.
I don't think we'll go down that route.
So Supercell, like I said, Supercell is getting a lot of pushback for this. 560 comments. Dang, I'm about to go and drop my link. Lol, shameless lol. Somebody nuked the bot. Rex saying about just imagine Apple and Google stop their operation on Russia. They are. I think Apple's already done that, isn't they? iOS pulled theirs? I'm sure they have.
You said about stop selling devices and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I think I think their app stores are still live at the moment, but they've stopped selling products and stuff.
Probably the next thing, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the app stores aren't doing for the job. we all need to remember that opinions are just like everyone has one and some sting. we should be speaking facts, not opinions. Yeah, for sure. But a lot of this is all opinion based because we don't have a lot of data to go on. I mean, like I said, from what we can see on social media, Supercell is getting a lot of pushback, and I'd probably say that 90% of the comments and the tweets and stuff are all negative. People demanding refunds, people demanding to be allowed to play, and all that kind of stuff. There's a sprinkle of people in there who are like, yeah, fair shout, Supercell, making a stand, rah, rah, rah.
I think they could have made a stand without affecting, end users in quite a severe manner.
What would that look like though? What would that look like in, maybe just turn off in-app purchases and things like that, or? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think earlier about how else Supercell could have, helped humanitarian, in the way that they are, without sort of burning so many players in the process, but I couldn't come up with anything.
Well, why not first of all take all money spent from Russia and donate it all to Ukraine?
Yeah.
Every last ruble spent in Russia and Belarus, just donate it directly to Ukraine. That would be
that would have been pretty good actually. That would have probably made a bigger impact than. Yeah, 100%.
The people
does actually work actually. Christian just said, do you think Supercell made the decision on their own or were they forced to? I don't think they would take such a big drop in their earnings.
I think they would have made it on their own.
Yeah,
I don't think it's sort of. There's definitely a trend going on with the high-profile companies, and I think they probably have jumped on the trend, but they're doing the right thing. Don't get me wrong, for sure. But like we was just saying, I personally agree with the thing of whatever was spent by Russians, even if it was in the last month. That's going to be across all their games. That's going to be a huge amount of money, and that's something that if they donated that to humanitarian causes and to helping the people in the Ukraine, then that would go a long way. I know they've said that they're going to donate.
Red Dog says, how many players does it affect? A few hundred or thousands? It's probably hundreds of thousands, to be honest, because it's not just Boom Beach. We need to be looking at Boom Beach, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Heyday, all of the Supercell games. It's not just Boom, all of them.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands, probably millions.
And then moving out to the wider community of Tencent, there's, you're into probably millions then, aren't you?
Yeah, gotta be. Gotta be millions.
Hundreds of thousands,
if not millions, yeah. Andrew says Supercell ain't hurting for money, and that's fact. On the subject of Supercell money, in the chat pinned right now, if you guys want to make a dono to help the humanitarian effort of what's going on in Ukraine right now, the link that's in the pinned comment, if you donate via that link, Supercell will match your donation, so to double it up. So if you're going to donate, do it through there, and they'll give you double bubble on it. I'm in need of some gas money. Mine is right, mine.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jane Richards. So, what about all the people that are dying and getting bombed? Is the game more important than them lives? No, it's not. That's kind of the point. That's why we're here. That's exactly the point of why we're here. And that's exactly the point why Supercell have done what they're doing, is to help those people. It's a humanitarian response. Same as what it is with, 1,000 other companies around the world who are, all acting together in making it more difficult for Russia. It's about ultimately slowing down the bombs and slowing down the hurt on the people who, are getting their country bombed, A lot of people, I think a lot of people mistake this as, I think a lot of people are seeing this as Supercell is getting political. And I don't see it as that. I don't see it as a political move. Russian Putin has stopped Ukrainians from playing, so Supercell have just done the same to Russians in a way. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind
Sort of indirectly.
Yeah, indirectly, yeah, for sure. If someone said 2 years ago that there would be a great global reset, we'd have laughed. Not so much now, though. There's so much going on worldwide, yeah.
I think there's been several global resets over the last couple of years as well.
Crap all round, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trump would have given Putin a wedgie if he was still in power. That would have stopped him in his tracks. I'd like to have seen that.
Trump would have ran away with his tail between his legs and probably gone over to shake his hand.
It's
not a political move, it's a humanitarian move. Good on Supercell. Yeah, I agree, Patrick. 100%. Fully agree. I think it's a humanitarian effort rather than a political one. Because Supercell, let's have it right, Supercell's got absolutely nothing to gain from this. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing that they could do, there's nothing. There's nothing that would be worth them doing this to make it political. There'd have to be something in it for them to make it political.
Yeah.
What's on, Shandy? Shaddy, welcome to the stream. I don't understand how everyone's talking about this war, but no one said anything about the war in Palestine, and it's worse than this for years. That's because that's a whole different scenario. It's a completely different war for a completely different reason than what this one is. And like I said, it's not about the war. It's about the humanitarian response. It's not about the political side of it and the war, why and
you can kind of see where he's coming from on this because the war in Palestine is two countries right next to each other. But people have always intervened. America has got involved in it. Other countries have got involved in it in the past, and that's something that was two sides battling each other. This is very, very one-sided, and I think that's where the response has come from in this, because it's not something that either they're not fighting over land, are they?
No. That's what I mean. It's the wars. Whilst war is bad wherever it is and for whatever reason, I get that. But this thing going on in Ukraine isn't the same as what it is over there. It's one, it's in Europe, which is right on the doorstep of Helsinki, which is Finland, obviously. So it's having a more of a direct impact on Supercell themselves, I suppose. But I'd say it's different. It's a hard one. Isn't it? Maybe this was a decision from the board. I think it's bigger than Supercell. It's mass coordinated attack to take everything away from Russia. Yeah, exactly. But it's still about helping the people of Ukraine at the end of the day. Because Ukraine didn't start it. They didn't want it. They weren't looking for a fight. They just the people, the everyday people of Ukraine are the ones stuck in the middle, and they're the ones that need the help. Putin and that can get on and do what they got to do, but the people and the kids and that are being bombed and killed, they're the ones who need people's help, the response,
Yeah. So I'm just going to go on and make a little donation to this.
Cool.
To this fund.
So yeah, like I said, guys, like Beast just said, donate to this fund. There's a link in the chat. If you donate through that link, Supercell will match your donation and double it up.
Up to €1 million. So don't donate any more than €1 million.
Yeah.
Looking at you there, KG.
There we go. So
this is
here's one kicking back.
Hey.
Yeah, I was just reading that one from Imad.
All right, yeah. This is so stupid from Supercell. seriously, what the game have to do with any of the war. Like we've just been saying, it's not about the war, it's about the people. It's a humanitarian response, not anything else. It's not the Russian people to blame either. They didn't want a war either. It's a few people's decisions, just like every other war. Yeah, exactly, 100%. You see, that's where it's kind of clever in a way, because what these companies are trying to do, not just Supercell but other companies as well, by depriving the Russian people, just like the everyday people, of certain things, whether it be Boom Beach, whether it be Apple iPhones, whatever it is, by depriving them of those things because of the war, those people then blame Putin. Maybe they will stand up and say this is wrong, and maybe they will try to do something as well to stop it. Just about making them just look up and just take note of what's happening around them, and trying to do something about it to better their own situation, which in turn will better the situation of the Ukrainians and everybody else. So yeah, it's not not to blame, but they're kind of being used in a way which is is what it is. But it's all about getting people pissed off at Putin, to put it bluntly.
Can I just quickly say as well how easy it is to go on to that link and donate?
Is it?
I've just done it in like 20 seconds. Yeah, it's really, really easy.
Happy days. Happy days.
It's crazy how much they've actually raised already.
I know,
they've already
they've
raised
done really well, haven't they, so far?
445,000. Yeah.
Yeah, they've done really well. So look.
Christian saying it's not the Russian people to blame either. They didn't want a war either. It's a few people's decision, just like every other war. And I agree 100% on that, Christian. 100%. I think, 99% of war is a politician's war. And
for sure,
it's the same reason why I don't really agree with going to fight in any of them.
So yeah, they've done really well. So 445,421.50, which is pretty.
So presumably they will match that. So that's virtually another million euros.
That's with their match. No, that's with their match.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's been 226,000 donated, and 219,000 has been matched.
Fair enough.
It tells you on there. Kind of cool. I think we need more technological now than other wars.
Sometime.
Yeah, we can have our say worldwide. Yeah, for sure.
You take that hair bubble out the back of your hair and put it on your tongue.
I know,
you might
right?
be able to speak.
Be able to put them in a ponytail in a minute. And you know what's underneath every ponytail, don't you?
Yeah, an absolute bellend.
No, but yeah. If there's no other way for Russians to buy instant training other than Apple and Google, Supercell isn't losing any income from this. There's lots of ways of buying stuff from the apps, from the game and stuff. It's not just through Google and stuff.
Could I just respond to KG, because he didn't hear what I was saying earlier? It was a bit of a funny that I cracked. Though we were just saying about donos and that Supercell would match anything up to €1 million. So don't donate more than €1 million. I just said that I'm looking at you there, KG. Obviously, very tongue in cheek.
What's going on, Stephen? Good evening, all. Sad day when you're having a discussion about countries being banned due to the action of the leaders. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And our internet's dropping again, which is cool.
Hooray!
Hooray! Another quality stream by BBTFRG, eh?
Maybe we could get some donos for. Actually, no. Set up another dono for you to get a haircut.
Yeah, we could
get
do.
5 minutes to go down and go and get it done.
I'll have
Believe
mine done
me,
tomorrow. Mine's
that's
not like yours.
Top of my list. And the neighbours' list.
Well, take off
And
the top of
Candy's
your head.
list. Dog's list.
Everyone's just sick of looking at you.
I know, right?
Yes, Stephen. It is, but it's topical, and we felt that we needed to.
So I was talking to a couple of people earlier on Telegram about, you know, the Russians if they are all removed from the game, if this workaround doesn't last long for whatever reason, if it gets plugged or whatever, how much of an impact do you think it's going to have on the game with like leaderboards and people who are prepping to push and all that sort of thing? It's going to have a massive change in it, especially on like the task force leaderboards. There's lots of top Russian teams, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's quite a few. I mean,
we might be able to break into the top 10.
Yeah, you might do.
They've got some great players.
Looks like he's just got out of bed. I bloody well wish. I'm just about to get into bed, Vicky. That's what it is. This is like a whole day's worth of stress dealing with these two.
I think KG, we all feel the same. If we could, we would.
Yeah, right.
If I thought for 1 minute that putting my ballerina outfit on and going over there would actually solve it, I'd be on the first plane tomorrow.
So you're saying we need to start a war with China to clean up the warships leaderboard? I don't think even that would change the leaderboard, to be fair. I don't think that would solve that issue because, like I said, Tencent, who is I don't want to say the word owner. It doesn't own Supercell. It's a shareholder.
A majority shareholder.
They're a shareholder, yeah. Who are a shareholder of Supercell, so you know.
They're the majority shareholder, are they not?
I don't know if they're a majority or not. I think they were. I'm not sure if they still are or not. I don't know. But yeah, Tencent.
John, yeah, I assume they could just change their VPN.
Yeah, they can at the moment.
But then I suppose it depends on what
majority,
VPN providers are actually working there as well.
So Tencent is, like Patrick just said, a 51% majority shareholder in Supercell, which makes Supercell and Boom Beach and everything else Chinese games, I'm afraid. Just because Supercell runs it from Helsinki, it's still owned, majority of it is owned by China. Aren't they on Russia's side anyway, so it should much more than majority, I think. Yeah, I know it's not much. It is only like 1 or 2%, or it was. But to answer the question about VPNs, yes, as far as I know right now, I think you need to do it before they roll out the next client update, because at that point the account will be registered as suspended. So you need to be on a different server before that happens. I think I'm just repeating what I was told earlier, so I haven't actually looked into it yet. But apparently you need to get onto a VPN to a different server to a different country before the client updates, and you get suspended. Take that for what it is. I'm not 100% sure, so try it, see what you think. Martin, you would cause a war with that ballerina costume. A war crime, you mean? That's what it is. It'd be a war crime.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another crime against humanity.
Yeah. What's going on,
just
Shadow
like Aaron's
Shooter?
haircut.
Slightly round. Yeah, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. This sad day. What's going on, Paradox? Welcome. Some new names in the chat, which is always good to see.
Yeah.
So I think.
So Stevens just said, yeah, I think they will just bounce, or are they banning the account? I assume they're going to be banning the accounts.
No, the accounts are just being suspended. So
are they?
It's like a temporary ban, yeah. But only if you're still on the Russian server when it update when the client next updates. So that could be a maintenance break, it could be a forced update or an optional update, something like that.
Or 2 hours into grab.
2 hours in the grab, yeah. Wikipedia says 81%, does it? Let's have a look. Slightly off subject.
Away from subject, did you make it to Diamond B? Aaron's not playing this season, and I haven't yet. I am very much plodding this season. I wouldn't say I'm having a season off, but I'm certainly not pushing. Just slowly collecting chests. My main priority this season is setting up my own streaming rig here at home, so that from next season we can be streaming bullships direct from my home. So hopefully that will be no more grainy pixelated,
Bullshit.
dodgy bullships.
So, yeah, just had a quick Google, and it is 81.4%. Tencent owns Supercell. That's huge amount compared to what it used to be. It means they've sold more of it.
Pang, you've missed everything so far.
Yeah, you've only missed it all, Pang. It's all right.
You missed 55 minutes of us talking rubbish.
Yeah. Has Beast Mode been
But if you
sanctioned?
take a look-
He's going to get muted in a minute.
If you take a look at the screen, you can't help but miss Aaron's hair.
Shut up.
No, I haven't been sanctioned. Unfortunately, I'm not an oligarch with billions.
No, I think that's a typo. I think Pang meant to say, "Have you been sectioned?"
Oh, right, okay. No, but his favourite team have just been sanctioned, so it's all good.
Oh, is Pang a Chelsea fan?
He is a Chelsea fan, yeah.
Oh.
So he's going to be hurting today.
Yes, he's going to be not a happy bunny, is he?
No.
Mute Pangtastic, mute Beast Mode, mute Ballistic Ball. A bunch of knobs. Shut up. See, this is why I didn't want to go live, see? See? This is what I mean. See what happens when I go live? I get bloody picked on. If it ain't by you, it's by them two. If it ain't by them two, it's probably the bloody chat.
Yeah, but when you've got bed at 9 o'clock at night, it's your own fault.
Because I'm ready for bed. That's my ready for bed head, that is.
Oh, Pang's saying he's Liverpool. It's Jamar that's a Chelsea fan.
my ready for
you're
bed head.
associated with Jamar, so it's just as bad. Yeah, LD, yeah, post it. That's fine. LD just said, can I post the link that shows a bunch of companies that have pulled out of Russia? Ben, we'll mute you in a minute.
Jeremy just saying that you've got the Russian streamers are now explaining to their viewers how to get around it, like using the VPNs and what have you. Which, you know, it's only a good thing for the community.
Yeah, if you put a link in chat, you'll get muted, LD. The bottle mute, yeah.
LD, just send it to Aaron and he can pull it up on screen.
Or you.
Well, how can I pull it up on screen, you donut?
Yeah, you can do if you want. Can look.
Oh, we can show that, absolutely.
Looks like your gel went on strike. I've given up Jan Gel up. I literally threw a bit of gel in it just tonight, just for stream, but there was literally no point, as you can see. I'm losing the battle with the hair. Kind of like
he
how
just got his
Russians
gel
losing the
confused.
battle. I'll leave it alone. I won't go there. I'll leave it alone.
He got his gel. He just got his gel confused with the tub of lard that was sat on the side.
Right, that's enough out of Martin. Muted Martin. No one wants to hear from Martin anymore. Mute. Right, any more? Who else wants to get muted? I'm going to go have my full exam tomorrow and need to be prepared for it. See you. Good luck on your exam, buddy. Good luck. Get some sleep. Get some, get some sleep. I need to get some sleep. Evening, you bunch of cheats. What's going on?
Andy's making excuses. Stephen is just desperate for a haircut. With having COVID, etc. lately, we've all been behind with everything. I mean, I've already offered you my clippers, Aaron. You didn't seem too keen on the idea.
Screw off. Oh yeah.
What's up, McLovin? We've got McLovin sighting in the chat.
No one can hear you, man. You're muted. I think we pretty much covered it, didn't we, guys? If anybody else has got any input, if you think, I don't think there's anything else Supercell can do really other than what they have. I mean, we did say about, donating every penny that gets spent in game, which is a good idea, but sort of thinking a little bit more on that. Every penny that gets spent in game, taxes get paid on it, which means the Russian government make money from it. So, you know, it's not going to hit them as hard as what you think it will, by doing that. So I don't know. I don't think there's much Supercell could have done to get this right. To be fair, they are getting so much pushback from it on socials. Seriously, guys, after the stream, go and have a look at Supercell on Twitter and Facebook and just read the replies. It's absolutely insane. It really, really is. And compare that to like any other post that they've put up in the last 12 months, and it's completely different. Completely different. Some of their posts get like 20, 25 comments, if they're lucky, 50 comments. But the Russian statement is got like over 500 on Facebook, and there's over 1,000, nearly 2,000 on Twitter. So there ain't much that, you know, we can do right now other than, you know, tell our Russian friends how to get around it for now. Hopefully that continues to work. But if not, I guess it's just a case of GG, and we'll see you when you're all back, I suppose. You know, and if you want to help out with the guys in Ukraine and stuff, get on that link and dono to that, and Supercell will double it up, like I said, and help out that
I've been on there. It's really easy. I've donated tonight. Honestly, I'm sure every single penny that goes over to them is going to be massively appreciated. So it takes 20 seconds.
Yeah, it is. It will make a difference as well, especially with Supercell doubling it up to $1 million, up to €1 million as well. That's huge right there. Yeah, Pang, you're right. If the Russians come back, to be honest, I think if this happened to me and I was, you know, suspended from the game because of something that Boris Johnson did, I don't think I'd be back. I think it'd be a case of screw you guys, I'm going home and I'm taking my toys with me, is where I'd be standing at 100%. I wouldn't be surprised.
Get a life as well.
I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if a lot of these players don't boycott Supercell games for the rest of their time. I can't see there being many Russian players who are thinking, you know what, this is a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's going to have their noses pushed out of joint, especially the people who have spent money. But
so in conclusion then, what we think is that Supercell, whilst their actions may be laudable from moral point of view, punishing the Russians in the way that they've done isn't such a great idea. So let the Belarusians carry on playing, but donate every penny that they spend to the Ukrainian Relief Fund.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way of doing it.
If you're listening, Nunu.
We all know boycotting Supercell doesn't work. Yeah, no, we know. But I don't mean like boycotting. I mean like when the Russian players are given the choice to come back or, you know, to pick up the game again after this suspension, I don't think a lot of them will, if any.
Only me. This is much friendlier than
the news night.
Lost Darwinite said FIFA are pulling Russian teams. Do you think game companies are going too far? I think that you've got some major influential corporations, banking organizations, we were saying earlier, Visa, MasterCard, who have taken their own personal sanctions, as well as governments taking sanctions. They've taken their own company sanctions. I feel that some small companies are just kind of following suit because it's what's the word we use nowadays? Because it's trending.
On trend, yeah.
Trending.
It's, you know, it's trending to do so.
I don't think it is just that it's on trend. I think
it's about a global response.
It's right. What they're doing is right. And people feel the need to follow suit on it because it is right. But I think when you look at some of the companies that are doing it, like the gaming companies and stuff like that, I just think how much are they going to affect it without actually delivering all the funds that they would generally receive from those companies, from those countries, to the people who are actually in need.
Yeah, I know it's such a difficult one. I mean, put yourself in Supercell's shoes. You know, You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know, I think people would be calling them out if they were making no effort to make a difference, and you know, not have a say on it in some sort of way, or maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. From the way it looks on socials right now, I would say that 99% of people who are commenting on it would probably have nothing to say on the issue if Supercell had never said or done anything in this respect. But I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah, Jeremy, it's all Supercell games.
It's all Supercell games, yeah. We are just thinking about Boom. Now, do you think Supercell would take all that money out of their pockets on moral reasons? No, they have to follow sanctions. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. And they are donating €1 million and matching up to another €1 million that donated by other people. So up to €2 million, Supercell are donating to the cause. What is done is morally right. The long-term impact on BB will be terminal. Yeah, maybe. I don't think there's enough Russian players to kill the game, though. A few task forces, maybe, but companies won't stay away for long. It's too much money and bad for business. We'll see. Stalker 2 has been delayed. These are private companies standing up to global bully, so people can cry about it, and then I'll show them images of innocent casualties and then ask them to rethink. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Exactly. This is a proper classic case of first world problems. But and I get that it is, but I don't know. I still think Supercell have done this in a different way.
He said it's not right to kill innocent people. So see you later. I do not care if they ever come back.
Yeah,
well, that's a fair comment.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not right. It's not right, but it's also not right to punish the people of Russia. You know, the innocent people, the everyday people of Russia and Belarus who don't want this war, who don't support the war, to then. Yeah, I mean, how many of those protesters in Russia who have now been arrested and are up on treason charges, how many of those people are Boom Beach players? Do you know what I mean? They don't want this, but they're the ones being punished for it by, the global economy.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about, isn't it? There's a lot to it. It's not as cut and dry as we would like it to be. This game will never die. People like me and others will always play the game as long as the servers are on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I think we've said what needs to be said. We are going to be back on Sunday. We're going to expand this one a little bit more. We got a little bit more to cover with Scully when he's on. So yeah, stay tuned for that this weekend. What day is it today? Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never trust politicians. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, no,
that's been the truest comment said tonight.
Yeah, that one right there. So yeah, guys, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out. That'd be much appreciated. Hit that subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, guys.